how to declutter your kitchen countertops and island. All right, so this is the picture that Olivia sent in. It is of her island. And she says that, you know, she cleans her island off, but then every couple of days it just ends up looking like this again. And as you can see on here, it looks like we have a Disney princess game, which I'm all for that. I have 3 girls, so we're all about the Disney princess things. It looks like there's a stack of mail there, maybe a lunchbox, just some other random things. Basically, you can see that her whole countertop has been taken up by stuff that really doesn't belong there. And so what I want to submit to you is that there needs to be a mindset shift in that your kitchen counter space is sacred. And there are only 2 things that belong on kitchen counters: food and food-related items. So we're talking dishes, like the KitchenAid there is fine, and anything that you use to make or consume food. So what I am not saying, I never say that your kitchen counters need to be completely clean all of the time, because hello, we cook and we eat, right? But I am saying that the only things that should be on your counters are food and dishes, or food making appliances. So I understand that, you know, if you come home from Costco and you've bought razor blades and toilet paper or whatever, you can set it on your counter for a minute before you put it away, but it should not stay there. Now, there is a big issue. Well, actually, before I get to that, what I want to say is, if you are one of those people who has a lot of like figurines or trinkets or decorations on your kitchen counters, I believe you need to get those off and put them someplace else. I once saw a TV show where on the island, they had just loads of framed family pictures sitting there on their island. And I thought, first of all, that's a big waste of island space. Second of all, I hope they don't get water and food splatters all over those pictures. Like, I would not want to have all that stuff in a place where they could get grease spots and things like that. Plus, it makes it really hard to clean because you've got to move all those things to wipe around them. So if you have pictures, if you have trinkets, figurines, or whatever, I would remove all of them or almost all of them from your kitchen counter, just to protect those items and also to make it a lot easier for you to clean. All right, so let's talk about the biggest issue that I see in kitchens is paper. We go get the mail, we bring it in, and we drop it on the kitchen counter, right? Or we drop it on the table. And I want to submit to you that mail never belongs in your kitchen. Just don't bring it in there. What you need to do is, when you get the mail, walk straight to the recycle bin, because we all know that half of our mail is junk mail, right? So just take it to the recycle bin, throw all that stuff away right away, and then divide the other things into 2 piles: bills and things you want to look at. So that would be like magazines or like wedding invitations or things of that nature. And they do not need to be in the kitchen. Those need to be in an office, or even if you need to drop them in a box somewhere. But here's the rule: no flat papers on a kitchen surface ever. When you just imagine it this way, you put a paper down on your kitchen counter, imagine it's going to burst into flames and disappear. That's the mindset that you need to have to keep your kitchen clear of clutter. You cannot put papers flat on any surface. And in Olivia's case, where she's got all that other stuff on her countertop too, she might need to think that stuff is going to burst into flames as well. If you have an issue of not just paper, but people putting their shoes or, you know, whatever stuff all over the kitchen counter, you need to find another space for that. Even like I said, if it's a laundry basket on the floor or a big box or something else where that stuff can go, so it's not taking up your counter space. Now, I will say, I do have some paper in my kitchen. However, it is not laying flat, it stands upright. So what I do is I have a magazine rack, and I just have in magazines and newspapers that I want to read. I always read when I eat. I cannot just sit there and eat. I have to be doing something. And so if you must have papers in your kitchen, they need to be standing up vertically. So if you really honestly have no other place to put your mail, at least stand it up vertically here, like in a corner, so that it's not spread out all over your countertop and messing things up. Okay, so another thing I want to say is, again, with the paper, so many of us get sucked into the whole coupon thing and the weekly grocery ads, and those papers just mess things up. I look at the weekly grocery ads as soon as I bring the paper into my house, and then I throw them right into the recycle bin, because honestly, we all know which stores we shop at, right? We don't typically change stores and suddenly start shopping at another one. Or if you do want to write down special deals that people are having, you can just put that in your phone and then throw away the ad. There's no reason to keep that. Secondly, with coupons, unless you are one of those really organized coupon people who have a system and it doesn't make a mess, just throw the coupons in the recycle bin, because guess what? You can go back and get them out. And I have done that before. If there was a coupon I really needed, then I've just gone into the recycle bin and I pulled it out. Now, separate your paper and your other recyclables. I hope that you do that already, because when you do that, it's just a stack of paper you're looking through, right? But if there's like cans and liquid stuff on it, that's gross. Don't do that. And another thing that I want to suggest for coupons is, I have this app. It's called Retail Me Not. I don't know if you can see that on there very well. And so if I'm out at a store and I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot that coupon, I know it's in my recycle bin, I don't want to go home and get it, you can just go on this app and you can just type in the search bar for the store that you are at. Sorry for ending that sentence with a preposition. Actually, it's the middle of a sentence, never mind. And more likely than not, they will have a coupon for you. So there's like coupons here for Target and 7-Eleven and Starbucks. And what I usually do, like I go to Joann's and they always send out coupons. And if I leave mine at home, I just type Joann's into the top. It comes up, there's a coupon on here. I can use it, voila, no paper clutter. All right, so I think I covered everything I wanted to cover here. So just to recap, kitchen counter space is sacred, number one. Only food and food-related items, okay? If you have to bring other stuff in, like you're in the habit of just bringing it in and dropping it on the kitchen counter, you've got to find another space for that. Whether it is a box or a laundry basket or something else in the corner, not your kitchen counter. That's not the dumping ground anymore. All right, number two, if you have decorative items, like an excessive amount, I'll say you could have like one picture frame on there of like a cute saying that you like or whatever. But if you've got a whole bunch and it's taking up your counters clean and it's getting splattered with food, get all that stuff off. And also, I think if you really need it and really love it, if there are trinkets and stuff you've just had there forever, but you don't even really like them, why keep them? Just get rid of them. Same thing with pictures. And number three, no papers in the kitchen. Just no papers. And if papers lay flat, they catch on fire. That's the rule. That's it. So, I mean, your family might think you're nuts if they come in and try to set stuff down. You're like, don't put that there, that's going to catch on fire. Explain the concept to them though, okay? I understand if kids need to like do their homework at the kitchen counter, at the kitchen table, that's okay. But then afterwards, that stuff needs to be picked up and put away, or put in a standing file folder, something that's vertical. So number four, if you do have paper that has to be in the kitchen, put it in a vertical file folder or a magazine rack. And then number five, the mail, take it directly to the recycle bin, divide the rest into two piles, your bills and things you want to look at, and don't bring those to the kitchen. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down below the video.